Everybody, get out on the floor. Let's do this thing again just like we did.
TV show, exciting, entertaining, and informative. And now, here's your host, P.T. Brown.
With Famous Brown. We kicked the show off tonight with George and Friends. It's a teenage jazz ensemble. Yes, you heard it. No hip hop, no rap. These are teenagers, and they got a fantastic jazz band. Now they will be with me November the 7th. We'll be at the NAACP Freedom Fund Gala, and I want you to come out, hear this fantastic group, along with Reverend Barbara. Come out and hang out with yours truly, Famous Brown. We're going to bring our TV cameras. We're going to take some shots, put some of y'all on TV. Come on by November the 7th. Get your tickets now. Tickets are going fast. Get your tickets. And they're going to serve you dinner. All at one price, $40. You can't beat it nowhere in town. So come out, and it's for a good cause. NAACP, it's been there for us, now it's time for us to be there for them. Got a hot show for you tonight. I do a talk show on radio on WCLM, and I was calling it Tell It Like It Is. And we cover a lot of different topics, issues, and things around the city and national. I came up with a show about the term nigger. I invited Mike Lee, community activist Donna Hatchett, and then to top it off, I brought in a white man. You got to see this video. It's coming up next. Don't go nowhere. Stay right by that TV set. You gonna be shocked. This is Late Night with Famous Brown. Be right back.
The Negro leadership has failed. Their civil rights policies have failed, and they don't have an answer for the youth. That's why they're killing one another. They don't have an answer for why young black men think that young black girls are hoes and things like that. They don't have an answer about restoring a moral character of self-initiated morals, not commanded morals, but self-initiated, where you take grasp of America and say, you know, I can make it. Africans come over here and stand on the corner and make money.
So you pulled yourself up. Now, Mr. Hatcher, I'm curious. Is his success an aberration?
Let me get the number out real quick.
Is
the
that
phone number to
aberration?
call, if anybody would like to call and be in on the conversation, the number to call is 231-7685, and Mr. Lee is in the studio.
Oh, absolutely.
And Mr. Hatcher here, and Tim is here.
I'm just curious, Mr. Hatcher, if you think Mike is one of the lucky ones that slipped through the cracks, or if he pulled himself up and persevered despite the evidence you submit that he can't.
You know, I talk quite often on the radio and television.
But you rarely give me the answers that I ask for.
Well, you're not going to get the answer.
He can't answer that question, Tim. If he answered that, he'd have to condemn himself.
Well, I'm just curious that here's a man who
here's
a man who succeeded. I know, but here's a man who succeeded. How?
Answer your question.
Okay, if you promise.
Give him a minute to get his answer together. We got
no, I got it together. But go ahead, take the call.
Hold on a second, Mr. Hatcher. Let's take the caller. Caller, you there?
Yeah.
Go ahead with your comment and speak up, please.
You know, it's really Preston, I give you credit for having an open show, but today's show has reached a new low. It really has, because this individual came to Kwanzaa. So, Mr. Mike Lee, did anybody walk up to you or your wife and call you up the N-word? Did anybody walk up and disrespect your wife while you was at Kwanzaa, sir?
No, they did not, but they disrespected me in other ways.
How?
Huh?
How?
Well, look at what you did down there. You know, you had a nigger festival where you didn't invite any individuals in that could speak to young people. Let me say this now. Let me say, see, Preston, I told you they wouldn't let me talk because they know if I'm talking, they're going to hear the truth.
We're going to let you talk today.
Well, let me answer his question. Tell him to let me answer his question. At the Kwanzaa Festival, you know it was disgusting every year that you dress up like you're Africans and pretend that you're going on some movement backwards. You know what? It's time to go forward. Forget about Africa. You're in America. You are Americans. It's time to grasp the what's available here, and that's the message that has to go out to young people, that we're not going backwards, we're going forward, and it has to be self-initiated and self-sustaining, and that is not the message of Kwanzaa. So when you talk about an insult, that's an insult to America and Americans, which I am.
All right, let's call the speaker.
You never even been to Africa, have you? First of all,
I don't want to go to that garbage pile. I don't want nothing from Africa. You know what? Let's just talk about Africa. Since y'all want to talk about Africa, I brought that bag too. Let's talk about Africa. He doesn't want to talk about the situation. You know what? Tim, I'm going to tell you something. I specifically used the N-word to wake these niggas up. Because you can't talk to them, you got to talk about them to wake them up and make them listen. Well, listen, Preston, there's nothing there. I'll be whatever you want me to be, my friend, but can you stop those bodies from falling in the city of Richmond? Black blood is flowing.
Okay, and Mr. Lee, hold it for a minute, Mr. Lee, and caller, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Lee made a statement about the Kwanzaa festival. Now, what is your answer to the statement that he made? Do you agree or you disagree?
No, we disagree. And also,
were there any white people there? Asked him that, Preston.
Yes, they were.
Did they speak? Who were speaking? They weren't there. You know what? You wouldn't invite in. Kwanzaa is about, wait, I got news for you.
Only person that could fool with you.
Well, you know what? Richmond is listening to the Mike Lee show. We all know that.
Hold tight, Mr. Lee. And caller, all right, let's forget about the B-word comment. He made a statement about the event. All right, you say you disagree with his statement. Why do you disagree with the event?
First of all, the event was about empowerment. First of all.
Oh, crap.
Hey, hold it. You spoke in my turn. Now, if you have a little bit of common sense, you need to be quiet. That's if you can do that. Now, second of all, it was about heritage. It was about events.
Heritage?
About,
Africa's not his heritage.
You're ignorant. You're showing that you are nothing but a self-hating.
Why don't you get a flight back?
You're showing yourself that you are lack of knowledge. You're showing yourself.
Preston, hey Preston, he's not really saying anything of any substance. That's why, you know, that's the Negro message. This is the typical nigger. That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't have a clue. You know what, Preston? Hey, Preston, check this out.
Okay,
check this out. Check this out. See? They're violent, they're crazy, and they're out their minds, but they don't have a solution.
Okay, now both of y'all hold it for a minute. Okay, now callers, when you call in, we're not going to call in to be attacking Mr. Lee. You call in about the issues or statements that he made. Now, if you don't agree with his statement, let's talk about the statement and forget the man. Talk about the statement.
Hey, Preston, let's talk
Prove
about...
that he's wrong.
Let's
if
talk,
he's wrong, he's wrong.
Let me ask him about Africa, because these niggas actually think your ancestors sold you into slavery. That is an admitted fact today. You know what I mean? And I got news for you. Any of y'all that don't like America, the plane is right over there. You can get a ticket. You can go back to Africa. But as soon as they cut off the cable, y'all gonna be Americans again. That's a fact. You know it. Right now, if I took you to the jungles of Africa, you would run back here.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
How we going to do it now? One of y'all talk at a time.
Well, let me say something about Africa, because I know Mr. Hackett here, I've been... Hatchet. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to lose your name out of context there.
Caller, hold up now. He's going to make a statement, and then you talk. One of y'all talk at a time, because we can't hear both of you at the same time. So you want to make a statement about Africa?
Yes, Africa and the slave trade. Africans are responsible, and that country, that continent is responsible for sending our part of our ancestry over into slavery. That is an admitted fact, that they sold their people into slavery. There's no question about that. Slavery continued for 400 years because nigger men were not man enough to say, give me liberty or give me death. They would rather pick cotton, and they made their women humble What man would stand for 400 years and let his woman be abused like that? Because he doesn't care about his woman, and you see it in his children today. Look at the black woman today. It's disgusting how these individuals, so-called black men, are supposed to be such great men. And look at your daughters and stuff out here. Look at them. Look at how your sons live. Look at the prisons.
Okay, Mr. Lee, let's give the
You got somewhere to go and you need a car, but you don't have enough money to buy one right now? Stop by Easy Car Rental at 3101 West Broad Street and see CL Bell at 804-358-3406. He's got small, medium, and large cars. $29.95 a day, unlimited miles, free pickup in the Richmond area, no credit card needed. That's CL Bell Easy Car Rental, 3101 West Broad Street, or call him at 804-358-3406. That's 358-3406.
Richmond Branch NAACP presents the Freedom Fund Awards Gala 2015, Saturday, November 7th at Second Baptist Church at the corner of Broad Rock and Walmsley Boulevard. Keynote speaker will be Reverend Dr. William J. Barber II, pastor of Greenleaf Christian Church in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Dr. William J. Barber. You don't want to miss this historical event. Tickets are $40 and this includes dinner. A limited amount of seating available. For ticket information, contact Miss Lynetta Thompson at 982-8072. Tickets also at Barkey's Music. That's Saturday, November the 7th. The Freedom Fund Awards Gala 2015 at Second Baptist Church at the corner of Broad Rock and Walmsley Boulevard, featuring the keynote speaker, Reverend Dr. William J. Barber.
Okay, we had to take a break. Didn't I tell you it was a hot show? And it's more to come. We had to take a moment to get in our sponsors. If you'd like to become a sponsor or advertise on this show, it's very, very easy for you to do. Just give me a call. My number is area code 804-231-2186. Call us and become our advertiser right here at Famous Brown Late Night TV show. Also, you can advertise on WCLM Radio, 1450 AM. It's almost as cheap as buying flyers and sticking them on cars. You can be on TV with me. All right, we're going right back to Tell It Like It Is with yours truly, Mike Lee, Donna Hatchett, right here on Famous Brown Late Night. Hot show tonight.
Why is it necessary? Because the message doesn't get through.
No, Tim.
You incite such anger, they don't listen.
Tim. I'm talking to every individual in this country, regardless of color. When you go down and vote, I want your liberal butt to stop voting in welfare. I'm not talking about you personally.
Right, I almost didn't get in the door.
I'm not talking about you personally. Okay. I'm talking about just using the framework of being a white man.
Right.
There are too many whites that are afraid to say the truth. They're afraid to vote in the right politicians. And the word nigger is internal, Tim, to us. These men understand it. It's in our music. It is in the young people's music. It has been around for 50 years, but they want to blame these young people when it's these old niggas that caused the problem. But here's the kicker. There are individuals among us, like me, Preston, probably Mr. Hatchett. Did I say your name right? I hope I got it right. This gentleman here, that are individuals, the smallest minority is an individual, not blacks, who happen to be black, but their color doesn't change their character. It's character that's going to make you what you are.
I understand that, but
wait a minute now. The niggers, they stay within that black. You're black. They're all the same color, but they don't have the character. We won't separate them out, and that's why I'm saying they exist. It's time to separate out from them.
Mike, you've got so much passion and you put so much energy in this, but your message is hitting at a roadblock because people can't get past the fact.
It's not.
Hold on, let me finish. People are obviously reacting to and hitting a roadblock.
Which people, Tim?
The people who are pissed off.
Which people, Tim?
The people who are taking it.
Why don't you just say those blacks are mad? Because I tell you what.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on.
Tim's scared. Tim's a coward. Tim is a moral coward. Say what's on your mind, Tim.
Mike, if you let me finish.
Tim, say what's on your mind, Tim. They're not going to attack you. They're all individuals. They're not going to attack you.
Are you going to give me a minute?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
First of all, call me a coward. There isn't a person here with a bigger set of cojones than me in the room.
Okay, then say the truth. Okay. Say the truth. Who are you talking about?
The truth is...
Which people, Tim?
Mike.
Before you go further, please just tell me which people.
Obviously, people like Mr. Hatcher, the callers. They're objecting to your message. If you listen, I'm on your side here. If you just listen, I'm going to support you.
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead. I'm going to let you talk.
I saw you last Thursday.
Right.
You're the first black leader.
I'm the first individual who happens to be black.
Okay, I stand corrected. That had the guts to tell it like it was, to give the tough love, because I think your ultimate message is that you would like, as I do, to see the black people get ahead. Like it or not, I'm a black advocate, okay? Believe it or not, despite my skin, I'm a black advocate. I am sick and tired of the same excuses that you are. But people are objecting to, and they stop listening the second you say nigga. That's the problem. Your message is a good one. They stop listening.
You know what niggas are, and you know they exist. You know that they have no character and they hide behind their black skin and call themselves black men, while they go around destroying, causing all kind of internal strife among the so-called black people in this country. And you know that this country here, right, is the freest country in the world. Y'all have more freedom and opportunity in this country than anywhere else. And the fact of the matter is, you're mad because you can't make a roll of toilet paper. Your kids are the stupidest little kids in the world. I call them the stupidest nappy-head niggas in the world. Not because they can't think, but because you don't know how to lead them. And that's a big problem. 69% of the kids at Armstrong and Kennedy truancy. What's the problem? Negro leadership, because it's a failure and it doesn't have an answer. And if you don't separate out the niggas, you're not going to fix this problem. Simple as that.
If you're looking at today's figures,
you know,
you need to go back. And
no. You need to stop going back. Have you noticed that the old generation always wants to go backwards because they don't know how to go forward? He doesn't know how to go forward. It's simple as that, Preston. He has no more to say. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have an answer, Preston.
Okay.
The man doesn't have an answer, and he's afraid to face reality.
Thank you, Carlo. We're going to tell him to go to the book and look it up.
I tell you what.
Right about now, we're going to take a break. We're coming right back with Tell It Like It Is. Mike Lee is in the house.
Absolutely.
And he's talking about niggers.
Come on out and witness the event of the year, an evening of laughter, music, and fellowship at Triumphant Baptist Church, 2003 Lamb Avenue, Saturday, October 24th at 4 o'clock p.m. Come on out and see Famous Brown, host of the late-night TV show Famous Brown, seen on Saturday night on CW Richmond 65. He's also bringing comedian Kingfish Jr.
Look at hell. This here is Kingfish Jr. And I'm coming to Triumph Baptist Church on October the 24th, and you better be there.
You don't want to miss him. And author L.K. Harris. There'll also be praise dancers, door prizes, musical selections, and refreshments. Tickets are $12, adults and children 12 and under just $3. For ticket information, call Ms. Rosa Wood at 329-7883. So don't miss this fantastic event, Saturday, October 24th at 4 o'clock p.m. at Triumphant Baptist Church, 2003 Lamb Avenue, featuring Famous Brown from the TV show of the same name. Don't miss it.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead with your comment and your view.
Well, actually, this is just a statement, a question for Donald Hatcher. I was curious, been trying to get through for a little while, and I noticed that when he got in a bind, in the conversation...
Hey, fat ain't give me toilet paper to wipe my tail with you sorry individual. I don't fool with you. You a sorry excuse for a man, you dope addict. All right, don't call this program never to talk to me.
Why don't you call him what he is?
Call your mama.
He's a nigga.
I'm not going to call him
That's what you said.
I'm not going to call him
He just used the definition and not the word, that's all.
That's your word, you use it.
Why do you have to defend yourself by talking about individuals' mothers? Aren't you...
I want to make you angry enough, you fat, no-walking, sorry individual. You can't walk out to the sidewalk and have a breath and you run in your mouth, you're a sorry excuse. You have never paid a price like this man that sits here. The first thing come out of his mouth is, I'm violent. If I was violent, he'd be knocked on his tail already.
Hey, check this out.
All right?
He's assuming.
Why you call this program Sitting Across the Street? Huh? You must have loving your sorry individual for a black man. I don't need to talk to
He's a nigga.
like you. I'm not going to call him that.
He's a what? You just said it. You
I didn't say
defined the
those
nigga.
the words
You
come
know
out
that's a
of your
nigga.
mouth.
Why don't you mean that?
Let me tell you
Say
something.
that. You just need to get up off of it.
You have sat on your
You
tail.
need to get up off of it.
You have
You need to get
benefited
up. You're half
people
white
who
niggas. That's what you look at you. Your hair is straighter than this white guy sitting next to
Now,
me.
I think it looks great.
Come on now.
You know
it
nothing.
is. And who is here?
Hey,
We got
tell you
Chief
something about
Mobuto
my
sitting
heritage.
here.
My people go back to Indians.
You always
I trace
Indians,
my,
ain't you?
no. I can prove where I come
You look
from.
like a
It's not-
European to me.
See,
brother.
you wanna, you
Come
like
on
those
now.
white folks.
Come on, you're here.
You wanna assume what
You know
wanna
what?
assume.
Isn't it funny always the half white ones call themselves Africans?
No.
That's so. Why is it that you want to be Mr. Africa? Why can't you preach a message about
Do
America?
you know Africa is a continent, not a place?
Mr. Lee, Mr. Hatchett, all right, we got to call him, but we're going to lay down some ground rules. We're going to try to let one talk at a time because people can't hear what you're saying.
But let's go back, Mr. Brown. I'm born and raised in Richmond. I remember too well the white bear from
Do we have to hear this sob story? Let's all lock arms and sing "We Shall Overcome."
You can do that. I don't believe in that.
Mr. Lee,
I don't
Mr.
believe
Lee,
in
give
that.
Mr. Hatch a chance to speak,
No.
and then we're going to come back and you can answer his question. But right now,
You come on the program, talk
Right,
this,
nigger,
nigga
no.
this, nigga that, nigga this.
You're just preaching.
Don't realize that you
Is
are
he
the
gonna
biggest
let me
nigga
answer?
himself. I let you talk.
Hold on a minute.
Now, as soon as I get to the mic and I'm co-hosting the program,
You don't
yak,
have anything to say about the problems
you
in
gonna
this country.
You gonna let me talk?
I don't want to hear about the Navy. I want to hear how you're going to stop a young black man from blowing the brains out of someone over $5.
Do you know
what I'm
anything
saying?
about drugs?
I know about avoidance with
No,
niggas.
you don't.
You know what?
You
I'm
don't
going to tell
know
you right
anything.
All
now.
right, y'all hold that thought. We got a caller. Go ahead with your
Who
comment
bringing
and your
drugs
view.
in the area?
Drugs should be legal.
No, wait a minute. This should be legal. Who bringing
Yeah.
drugs into the black community?
We listening?
Okay, hey, I'd like to say something about your two guests there and yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right, first off, I'd like to say that Mike Lee, you doing one hell of a job.
Thank you.
Keep up the good stuff.
I will.
On TV, and I can tell you one thing, you for the future generation of your people, and you're trying to help them, and as far as I'm concerned, you're the Bill O'Reilly of Richmond, Virginia.
Thank
And
you.
And Mr. Brown, I think you're the Donald Trump of Richmond, and Mr. Hatchett, you're the most boring person that I've ever listened to on the radio.
There's one mistake in your life that stand out. Your mama shouldn't have had to write the board, you dumb, ignorant hick.
Now, see, I didn't call in there and call your mama no names and nothing like that. And I know you ain't no Indian, because that's what I am, a full for the Cherokee Indian.
All you white folks got Indian blood in you if you let you tell it, but I come from the original stock. And sucker, Kurt has been to somewhere else, all right?
Y'all might be related.
Huh?
Quit trying to be boring and come up and please listen to Mike Lee like I said, and I'm glad you had him on the radio show. And Mike, keep up the good work.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
All right, thank you, caller. If you'd like to call in and make a comment, the number to call is 231-7685. This is
America at a whole, and its survival, the greatest nation in the world. But you can no longer save other individuals. You have to save yourselves, take care of yourselves, and preach individual responsibility. And I'm not talking about black responsibility. I'm talking about each person being individually responsible to work as hard and pull themselves up and try. You know what I mean? Stop handing out welfare. All you want to be on is welfare, and you don't want to talk to each other in the black community. That's what's wrong. You bull crap. I wish I could curse because I'd say it
You
how
can't.
it really is.
You're doing everything
You know what I
else.
mean? You bull crap
Go ahead and
everybody in this country. Mr. Hatchett is old school, no school. He doesn't know what he's talking about anymore. He's senile when it comes to solving the problems, and he knows it. He needs to go sit down, have a coffee, and forget about it.
Do you know you all probably could get together if you all would talk? Now he's talking about where he come from.
He doesn't have a plan.
If you all could get together and Bill, you know you all probably could do a lot of good in the community.
Well, let me say this to you, caller.
Yes, sir.
If you notice, Mr. Lee just talked about Black America. Why is he talking about Black America when he's supposed to be part of an American where everybody else comes and fit in and he still haven't fit in?
Oh, yes,
He's still in the Constitution and can't understand that every amendment that was
this
passed
man does
still
not
have
underst-
not given him
This
right
man does
to
not
be a
understand the
full
Constitution.
citizen.
He doesn't understand the
But see,
Constitution.
this man
He
ain't
does-
gonna let you talk.
He doesn't
He
understand the
wants
Constitution.
to yak,
You know what I mean?
He wants to look at me who have made a lot of changes.
What changes have you made?
You like that fat boy across the street.
What changes have you made?
He's so dumb, he wouldn't know it if I put it up in front of you in a big picture.
The problem is you're a half-white nigga that doesn't have a plan. You're setting up your half-white and you know it. And you won't admit that you're part European.
Hey, Mike, what's the problem with him being half white anyway?
He won't admit that he is an American. He's not an African, and this is just a big farce of his. He doesn't have a solution of individual responsibility because he knows that his solution failed.
Let me tell you something.
You're all saying that's like the young people. You sound awful. Why don't one of you talk at a time? I can't understand what you're saying. And then again, some of my best friends are white people. I love them. I don't look at color.
Thank you, caller. That's a very good comment.
But the caller got a very serious problem. If you can love what mistreats you all your life, you in a sorry state, man. And I don't have a problem with me because I fight every day.
Who mistreated you?
All right, hold on a second. Let's take another caller. Caller, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead with your view and your comment.
Okay, the situation is just like the Jim Crow laws where they put the older against the younger, the light skins against the dark skin. You should not leave any of us behind.
Oh,
you do have to, yes, you do have to.
You are out of your mind.
That's not to deal with some.
What are you
but
smoking?
These white folks got that stuff together and they utilize and unite truly, whereas we always are seeking on separateness. We don't.
It's high on crack or something.
But Mike Lee, you shit color yourself, and you sitting there calling me light skin and everything else. You got a problem, boy, that you can't be solved. But I'm calling you a boy.
I'm trying to.
You don't know anything about anything. You run your mouth. You run your mouth.
Have you heard this? Wait a minute. Let me ask Tim a question.
Again, you can't run yourself.
I just broke you down.
You didn't want me nowhere.
You know what?
You couldn't lick my mic. Put the mic back there.
I told you you was violent.
Yeah, I told you. Your mother made a mistake.
Oh, you so violent. You so violent.
You a pure jackass.
I told you them
I was in
violent.
the United States Navy.
I told you them niggas was violent.
Nothing but a bootlicker.
We got a violent
in the
nigga.
United States Navy.
Right back. Go ahead to a break.
Preston, this nigga is violent as hell.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of white folks that tell you I'm violent. Damn
I guess that's the Indian coming out your nigga ass. You know what I mean?
This Indian boy will laugh on your ass.
I hear you.
You have sat there too long, run your mouth.
Oh, see? Hey, Preston, you better call the police. I guess I'm gonna need
We don't
them.
need to be called. Me and you can go back in the bathroom and close the
No,
door.
no, no, no.
And we see when the hell walk out.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm violent.
Hey, turn the mic back on
Hey,
for the
Preston, they
listener.
need one at a time need to talk.
Yeah, we're
Everybody talking at the same time.
No,
We're going to take a break for
hey,
15
the man
minutes and we'll
just
start back
threatened
up.
me. The man physically threatened me. I'm just talking and he threatened me.
Like, listen to this. Be calm.
Have I
Calm
threatened
down.
this
Just
man?
calm down.
Hey,
Both of y'all. Both of y'all need to calm
We're
down.
going to take a 15-minute break, then we're coming right
Just
back.
calm down. Look, do me one favor.
We'll
When
take
you
a
go back
15-minute
on the
break.
air, let one of y'all talk at a time.
Let him have the mic for the rest of the day.